Hey, it's David here from Danny's Wine and Beer, and today we're going to talk about potassium metabisulfite. So potassium metabisulfite generally is used for two things. It can be used, and most commonly used, for stabilizing or keeping preservation is maybe a better way of saying it. So preserving your wine. Another way it can be used is for sterilization. So sterilizing your equipment, anything that the wine touches, you can sterilize with potassium metabisulfite. So what is potassium metabisulfite and how does it work? So basically it's like a powdery substance like this. We sell it in different sizes. This is 50 grams, we sell in larger quantities as well. And what it does is it basically prevents spoilage from happening. Think of it as like you're biting an apple and the apple gets brown on the outside. You're trying to reduce the oxidization, and that's done with it being, what it does is it's releasing sulfur dioxide into the wine, and then that's what's preserving the wine. So again, it's all about, what it does is it's preserving the color and the taste of the wine, as well as the aroma, and then it's preventing that oxidization, that browning that occurs when oxygen hits fruits, such as grapes. Sterilization is another big one. So basically it also does kill bacteria and all wild yeasts as well. So this is used for that, as well as stabilization. So if you're looking to stabilize your wine for extra amount of time, this is a really good way of stabilizing the wine. How do you use potassium metabisulfite? Basically, the general guideline is a 1/4 teaspoon per gallon. So you're looking at a 1/4 teaspoon per gallon, which is a gallon is 4 liters. And it depends. Make sure you check your recipes, but in general, that's the percentages that you want in a gallon, whether it be for any fruit wine that you're making. Again, it depends. I'm giving you a very general, broad scope, but that's a good idea. And you don't want to overuse as well. The reason for that is that you start getting a sulfur taste from it. That being said, you could add a little bit more, or you could add a little less. But just be aware that a recipe is a recipe for a reason. Generally, how it's used is you pre-measure, you dissolve it either in water or the wine or the must that you're putting it in afterwards, and then you want to stir it gently to give it even distribution. Generally, it's used for after fermentation. So before fermentation, before fermentation, it can be used if you're sanitizing everything, if you're trying to kill wild yeast. Another option is you can use cadmium tablets as well, which is a variation, which looks like this, which is a variation of that. You use it most often during racking. So when you're transferring your wine off and you want it to stabilize, that's when you would put it in. Generally, you would add potassium metabisulfite, and sorbate is also added, potassium sorbate as well. And then you can also add it to help preservation, and that's before bottling. Those are generally the top 3 times to use it. So some people are allergic to sulfites. They don't sit well with them. Some alternatives you can use is ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is, simply put, an acid. It's a natural acid. It does not work as well, but it can be used. Another option is sterile filtration. Again, it's not going to be, this is the best way of doing it. I know it sounds like I'm adding a lot of chemicals to the wine, but it's still the best solution. So if you need help with potassium metabisulfite, I hope this helped you. And again, we have it for sale at Danny's.